Victoria, often described as Australia's most socially progressive state under the leadership of Labor Premier Jacinta Allan, is great at pitting its own citizens against one another. For example, this year they introduced some Orwellian-sounding social cohesion laws. You will get on with your fellow citizens or we'll throw you in jail. The Guardian reported in April, a Sam Kerr clause and long jail terms. Victoria passes tough new anti-vilification and social cohesion laws. Essentially, the laws note that vilification harms social cohesion through its inherent divisiveness and perpetuates the unequal distribution of power. So basically, they've decided that certain characteristics of people are now protected, such as gender identity. Surely, if their goal was to protect all Victorians, why can't they just say, vilification against all Victorians is illegal? Why do they have to specify certain groups of people? And don't get me started on the so-called Sam Kerr clause, referencing Australian soccer player Sam Kerr, who racially abused a Caucasian British police officer, but was found not guilty of the racially aggravated charge, because, well, let's face it, she's considered a woman of colour. If the roles were reversed, I'm sure we could all guess the result. Well, the Victorian laws placed this ridiculous clause in to prevent certain protected identity groups from getting victimised by the very law that is meant to protect them. The courts must take into account all the circumstances, including the social, cultural and historical circumstances surrounding the conduct. That is, if I go around vilifying someone based on their non-binary Aboriginal identity, then I'll probably be thrown in jail. But if a non-binary Aboriginal person vilified me based on my alleged male white privilege, then the courts have to consider the historical and cultural factors on why the non-binary Aboriginal person lashed out in such a way. In essence, for the very same crime, they'll get off while I go to jail. Yes, this will solve social cohesion. So much for the fundamental legal principle that justice is blind. Under these new laws, Premier Allan has found a way that rather than all Victorians being equally bound by the law, the police and the courts will instead be required to enforce the law differently based on whether a person belongs to a certain identity group. In utopian Victoria, it's no longer your actions that determine your criminal culpability, but rather your skin colour or racial gender orientation, and how all that fits into some sort of imaginary hierarchy of power. They're essentially saying that only people of colour can experience racism, only women or gender non-binary can experience sexism, and only non-Christian people can experience religious hatred. If you're in any sort of majority, you're apparently immune to vilification, but not immune to being thrown in the lockup. Of course, these laws do nothing to prevent actual crime. Last month, left-leaning Crikey admitted, yes, Victoria is in the grip of a crime wave, and it's much worse than anywhere else. While just this week, the ABC reported, police union calls for tougher sentences amid soaring crime in Victoria. Obviously, these social cohesion laws will do nothing but further divide Victorians, because they are predicated on a lie. That is, only certain people of particular government-defined characteristics can legitimately be offended.